Morning, everybody.
Good morning, Rabbi.
We're starting now the fifth book, the fifth sefer of the Torah, of the Chumash, called Devarim. And the parsha starts off, Eila Hadvarim, these are the words, Asher Dibra Moshe, that Moshe spoke, Al Kol Yisrael, to all the people, to all the Jewish people. So it's mentioned in many places about this, that this is a different style of Chumash, that the style of writing until now was Moshe, God was speaking to Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu is repeating the words of Hashem. Here, Moshe Rabbeinu is kind of speaking on his own. Now, you have to be very careful when we say that, what that means. It doesn't mean that Moshe said the words that he wanted to say, because as the Rambam writes, anybody says that even one word in the Torah is man-made, they don't believe. They're already going into a category of a, God forbid, a kaifer. So this means to say that Moshe Rabbeinu spoke them from the like a level of Ruach HaKodesh, kind of the words connected with him, and he was saying it on his level, but this was all inspired by Hashem. Pia Gvura means like divine inspiration. Can't say from his heart because then it's him. It's divine inspiration. So there are different beautiful insights of how that you can see it in the first words of the Chumash. So it says like this: Eila Hadvarim. So one thing is Eila, that in every generation you have a leader. You have Moshe Rabbeinu, but in this specific time you had Eila Hadvarim, but you also switch around the words, say Eila Hadabarim, these are the speakers. You have Moshe Rabbeinu is concluding his life, but at the same Chumash it all has also the way Moshe Rabbeinu institutes and sets up already Yehoshua to be the leader. So you have over here the transition of Moshe Rabbeinu to Yehoshua while Moshe Rabbeinu was still alive. Hashem made Moshe Rabbeinu do that so people shouldn't come to complain later, because there's nobody could really replace Moshe Rabbeinu. So this is a really interesting thing that you could see that also. Another thing is, it says, the Medrash says, Eila Hadvarim. Devarim can also be Devarim. Devarim are like the bees. So it says, Ma Dvaira Hazois. Koma Shehi Misagelas Leba'alel. Just like a bee, whatever it doesn't do for itself, it does for its master. Whoever's going to take it is the master, because it makes the beehive and it makes the honey, and the bees don't enjoy it. So Kach. Everything that the Jewish people do, mitzvahs, the ma'asim tovim, the good deeds, hey misaglim la'avim shemashmaim, they're doing it for their Father in heaven. But there's a level of a Jew that we have to develop within ourselves, and we're not doing it for our own brownie points, as they say, but we're doing it because there's a soul, there's a neshama inside of everybody that really wants to connect with Hashem, which is very, very, very special. And the Alter Rebbe elaborates on this and says this is based on what we see in the Gemara Kedushin, Daf Pei Beis 82. It says, Ani lo nivresi elu l'shamish koini, that I was not created only to serve Hashem. There's a level that every Jew has, that we could tap in to serve, that the only reason why we're here is to serve Hashem. It's not for my own benefit. It's not for I want to do this, for the certain outcome, but just to serve Hashem. So there is this concept you see in Eila Hadvarim, that Moshe Rabbeinu is trying to bring that out within the Jewish people. There is another thing, it says that the only parsha that Moshe Rabbeinu's name is not mentioned since he was born is Parshas Tetzaveh. The truth of the matter is, it's not true. It's true in the first 4 books or 3 books that you have since Shemos and Parshas Tetzaveh till Chumash Devarim. But in Chumash Devarim there are a couple psukim and parshas that do not have Moshe Rabbeinu's name. So it's explained that the difference is that in this, in the since it starts off Eila Hadvarim Asher Dibra Moshe, these are the words that Moshe spoke. So from now on till the end of the Chumash, it's all about Moshe Rabbeinu speaking. So you don't have to have his name literally in every single parsha. That's one explanation. Another explanation is that when Moshe Rabbeinu said, "Bim ayin mechini na mesifrecha," if you're not going to listen and you're not going to forgive the Jewish people, erase me from the book. So Moshe Rabbeinu is talking about that you should erase me from whatever's happening till now, or from whatever was supposed to be written within the text of the Torah. But when it comes to Chumash Devarim, it's Moshe Rabbeinu speaking. It's not like a story that happened or that's supposed to be recorded. This is already a second chapter or a second part to the Chumash that doesn't necessarily follow the same style, the same category of the previous one. So the concept is still real, still complete, even though we don't find literally that every parsha in the Chumash Devarim has Moshe Rabbeinu's name. Another thing is the Kedushas Levi, the Rabbi Yitzchak Berditcher says in his style something interesting. He says, "Ela hadvar mashadibra Moshe." These are the words that Moshe spoke. El Kol Yisrael, to all the people. Moshe Rabbeinu now is going to tell them, "Listen, guys. I know you're good troublemakers, and I know what you're gonna do, and I know what you did, and I know what's gonna happen. So let me set the record straight, and tell you guys, as they say, Barachol Bitcha Ktana, very clear words, what you should do, and what you shouldn't do." And he kind of told them some harsh words as well. So Moshe Rabbeinu only did that El Kol Yisrael in front of everybody. He did not do it with a part of Klal Yisrael, because to speak hard words, you can only do it when you have the whole Klal Yisrael together. You can't do it like this. You have to have the schus of the whole Klal Yisrael. They can bystand this thing. So the Kedushas Levi says this because he was always a Melitz Yoshi. He always looked to see the positive in every Jew. So he says the only time Moshe Rabbeinu was able to do that is in front of everybody. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to. So it's interesting to see how every person can see, based on their avodah, their style, what the Torah is saying. Hashem should help that we should be zoicha once again to hear the Shechina speaking mitoich the Moshe Rabbeinu with Mashiach Tzidkeinu here. Amen.